Hey everyone, and welcome back to Transmission Talks with Myles Auto Care and Transmissions. I'm Taryn, and this is Joe. Today we are sitting down because I decided to, what did I do?
I fought a bear and it broke my legs.
Oh yeah, and I jumped out of a helicopter and also broke my legs. So we're sitting today.
Pictures or it didn't happen.
This week, we're talking about something that a lot of truck owners notice at this time of the year. The truck just doesn't shift quite the same. Maybe you're towing more. Maybe you're hauling more. Maybe you're spending more time in traffic or taking longer trips. So today, we're talking about what summer driving can teach you about how your truck shifts and what changes are worth paying attention to. So, Joe, I got some questions for you. You ready?
Yeah.
If my truck starts to hesitate before shifting, is this something I should be paying attention to?
Well, when you're in the trucks, it depends on if you're towing and what you're doing, and it does depend on heat. So if you're towing and it seems like the shifts are taking longer, like it seems like it's hesitating, that's because the computer's asking for that.
Okay.
It wants that RPM range to last longer because it's pulling that heavy weight and it knows it. So if that torque demand is really high up, it's going to extend those shifts to make sure that the transmission is staying cooler and happier in those higher power bands. So if you're towing and especially if you're in tow haul mode, you will notice things like that. Yeah.
Can towing or hauling make transmission issues more noticeable?
Yes, there's been plenty that have come through here that normal driving, it's fine. The moment you put weight on it, it slips, flares, bangs, carries on. It'll find every problem it can possibly find as soon as you put that extra weight on it, because it does increase pressures and change timing. So yeah, if you're towing, you'll find a problem.
If I only notice the problem when the truck is working harder, does that tell you anything?
Yeah, because then I can tell me if it can be poor fluid, it can be poor casting, the valve body starting to wear out, stuff like that, because you're creating more heat. And strategies in the computer are changing and trying to compensate, so it can help me identify we got a valve body problem, we got a clutch failure, or whatever.
Sometimes drivers say that the RPMs go up, but the truck doesn't seem to respond right away. What could cause this feeling?
Typically, it just means that you got some kind of clutch failure that's starting.
Okay.
You know, if you got some weight on it or whatever, and that clutch can't squish as hard as it's supposed to because the clearance is way out. That's typically what's going on when that kind of stuff happens.
Can old or low transmission fluid affect how a truck shifts?
Yes, because the older it gets, because there's detergents in it, so the older it gets and the more it cleans, the thicker it gets, and the valves, it's hard for the valves to move and respond the way they're supposed to. The only other drawback of that is, say you change your fluid and it was holding it together, now you're going to find problems. So it's kind of, you got to be careful with mileage, age, things like that, in determining whether you're going to change that fluid or if you're just going to top it off so you don't cause any more problems.
Yeah, don't want to do that.
No.
So if I notice a burning smell after towing or heavy driving, what should I do?
Well, if you mean by burning smell, like if you take the dipstick out or you check your fluid and the fluid smells burnt, then you got to go to a shop. You hurt something badly.
Yeah.
It should never smell like I describe it smells like a campfire when you got really bad or you burnt something really bad, and when you get to that point, you fried something.
Oh.
Yeah, you need some kind of repair.
Even if I like the smell of campfires?
Yeah, that's too bad. Your transmission doesn't. Sorry.
When somebody comes in and says, my truck just feels different, where do you start?
Start with a basic check, possibly a prelim. Bring it in, let us scan it, let us drive it, let us check all the parameters and see what's going on. Maybe we can figure it out. Maybe it's something silly, you know. But that's the first step. Get it in and get us
That was silly.
and get it looked at. Scared fingers.
What is the benefit of getting a transmission concern checked early rather than waiting until the last minute?
The main benefit of getting in here sooner is heat. So heat kills transmissions, and the more you let it slip and the more you make heat, the more you're going to hurt gears and bearings and pumps and things like that. So when transmissions get hot, the O-rings cannot handle it. So this is an applied piston that pushes on your clutches to create the shift. And what happens is it gets hot, and then all this rubber starts to come off of the O-ring and causes all kinds of trouble and problems. I'm supposed to be able to just take this right out of the groove. It should fall right out. It's melted in there. Aluminum actually starts to deteriorate. It's supposed to be smooth and shiny in there. That's what heat and low fluid does to you. So if you get to it early enough, we can just fix the clutches in it. then I won't have to buy expensive hard parts and stuff like that. So
Okay.
it keeps repair bills down and makes them a little bit more affordable. So this is a 2018 Toyota Tacoma, superheated fluid. Not a lot of mileage, but there wasn't a lot of maintenance done to it.
So, can you tell me what happened with this Tacoma?
So with this Tacoma, it was kind of unfortunate because these are actually extremely good transmissions. They're very durable. They just live forever. But you know, they hit something, and they didn't know they hit something, and they crushed the pan, which goes into the filter directly. So instead of this thing having its, it's got a fluid gap or air gap, if you want to say, now went to this, which means this filter, which is the pump's direct inlet to fluid and pressure, was starving, which means that your cooler flow drops and pressure drops all around. But because you'll have some pressure, but you need a full slot in order to get full cooler flow. And it just basically just superheated itself because that was sucked to that pan instead of being able to free flow. So it was kind of unfortunate the way this happened, because other than that, it was mostly in pretty good shape. So it was just heat killed it, just like it kills most of them. So we'll be able to fix the pan, do a light overhaul on it, and then they'll be good to go.
One of the biggest takeaways from today's conversation is that transmission problems aren't always all or nothing. A small change in how your truck shifts doesn't automatically mean the worst, but it is worth paying attention to. If you're in Wyomissing, Birdsboro, Sinking Spring, or Redding, the Myles Auto Care and Transmission team is here to get you the answers you've been looking for. Next week, we're wrapping up star stripes and tailpipes by talking about smart summer service and the simple things that keep Berks County trucks ready for the long haul. Thanks for watching. We'll see you next time.